troveto se me.
Oh me poi alla ho la la.
Troveto se me.
Oh me poi alla ho la la. Dica la valente, jolly body me. Dica la valente, shabana vite. Dica la valente, jolly body me. Dica la valente, shabana vite.
How did we meet?
Yes.
Remind me, I've forgotten.
Well, we met you when we were about 17. We met David Eagle.
Yes.
Myself and Michael went to school with each other, and we met you at a random birthday party, I think. And
Yeah. A random birthday party. We didn't know the people whose birthday it was. It wasn't like a random birthday. It was the time we were doing like gate crashing birthday parties.
Yeah.
Went through a phase.
We did, didn't we? And that's something we all had in common. And then we also discovered that we had music in common as well. We went to the Stockton, the Sun In Folk Club in Stockton, is where we live, and we kind of happened upon the Sun In Folk Club, didn't we? Verify that I'm not.
Yes. No,
I'm just not talking crap.
Our concerts are just absolute chaos in the sense of, but in a really good way. I mean, we've developed a real big thing for us is a strong connection with the audience. And we went through an early phase about 5 years ago where we started to write set lists and get really nervous about what we do. And we found that just became very mechanical and a bit robotic. And
Yeah. So we don't have set lists now. We might know what song we're going to start with, and that's probably about it. Because if you don't know what song you're going to start with, it can be a bit awkward when you go on stage and then you've got
but
to...
it's weird because the most important thing to us is the audience. Obviously our musical performance is really important, but the audience and the connection with the audience is, and to their enjoyment is really important. So that's why we don't have set lists. We kind of tailor make what we do to the audience. As Dave says, we know the
It's
songs.
kind of like, imagine like being like, if you're a DJ wouldn't necessarily select all the songs beforehand, they'd wait to see how the audience is reacting. And so similarly, we can do that.
I see a ship sailing past the pier, calling me to sail, but it's only the ghost of a bridge with nothing left to bring. I see two forms wrapped up in the moonlight, calling me to cry, but only the ghost of a love that promised not to die.
When we perform live, I think we like to we have fun, don't we? We're quite happy to just tell stories about things that happen to us and that kind of thing. Essentially, we're just three people kind of doing folk music, and we go to festivals and things are going to happen. Funny things are going to happen, and I don't see why, you can't. I think it's brilliant just to be able to recount those and kind of just have a bit of a laugh as well.
I think a lot of people, when they review our concerts or what see us live and stuff, they say that what comes across is that we obviously love what we do, and that's really important, have the passion for music, but also a lot of people say about the kind of friendship that we have and the kind of connection that we have, and that comes across in this kind of spontaneous, spontaneous banter and wit. We don't script any of our stories or our jokes.
No, we don't script our answers to these questions.
No, that's not. But I think that's really, really important, when you're trying to convey a message, to get the kind of intonation in the music, but also that we just kind of, I think as Sean says, we're kind of passionate about what we do, and the songs that Sean writes kind of tell a story of where we actually come from and what's local to us and what's important to us. I think that makes a big difference. Certainly kind of inspires me when I'm on stage. Inspires us all.
Inspire you, Michael.
It does inspire me, David, yes.
On the album, I suppose most of the songs are kind of from our northern tradition, so we've got a mixture of maybe half the songs are original songs from us, and we've got some songs that were written by some of our heroes, like Ron Angel from Middlesbrough.
The founders of the Sun Folk Club in Stockton.
And so we kind of, I suppose on the album you get a journey really through like a history of northern landscapes, I suppose. But then we also throw in some other songs, like a James Taylor song, a Canadian song.
A song we picked up in France.
Yeah, we sing in French as well. And I suppose for us, we've always just, if we've heard someone singing a song and we like it, we always just tend to sing it.
And we get it from the source as well. Like on the album, you're hearing the songs from the source. We're not hearing like there's a lot of like new groups coming out, and you hear them say, "Oh, this is a song we got from Spotify," and it doesn't really have the same romance to kind of have that. Whereas we're actually getting it. Yeah, the song might be on Spotify, but we're not getting it from that source. We're getting it from a source that we're hearing, it, and then we're changing it, and so we're still very much doing that natural evolution of folk music, where the songs are changing and mutating, just like they always have done.
We don't like to boast about it.
No, well, barely we are. Which is the reason we don't use Spotify is because we can't afford it. We can't afford the internet.
But the album also culminates in a lot of people associate us with, I suppose, kind of a cappella singing as well. But there's a lot of, which is essentially where we started off really, was kind of gradually progressed into, I suppose, kind of dual thing really of the a cappella stuff versus the kind of the music side of it. Dave, the piano and the accordion, and myself on a kind of range of different guitars and stuff.
It was Sunday morning in Stockton town, and last night's vomit was warm on the ground. A church bell whispered, and the river gave a sigh, and both remembered days gone by, like a Sunday morning in 33, when our grandfathers were desperate and hungry, and black clouds gathered along the waterside. Jackboots came marching, and the river cried.
When Our Grandfather Said No is the name of our new record, and that line is from a song on the album which is called The Battle of Stockton, and it's one of our new songs which was been written about this great historic event that we've just recently discovered but became instantly proud of, which happened in Stockton-on-Tees in 1933. And what it was, Oswald Mosley had recently launched his British Union of Fascists, his notorious black shirts, and he was targeting areas all around Britain that he thought would be ripe for fascism. And one of those areas was our home industrial Teesside, which at that point was suffering incredible hardship and mass unemployment. And so Mosley busted 100 of his black shirts, told a rally in Stockton High Street, and as they marched across Victoria Bridge, across the River Tees, and into the High Street, little did they know that 2,000 local people were waiting for them in Stockton High Street to send them back across, which I just couldn't believe. I'd never heard of that brilliant event before until recently. I thought, I've got to write a song about it, and so we thought we'd dedicate the album to it.
Big a navigate.
What's my favourite cat? Yes.